All right, hello everybody. It's Aditi here, your intuitive marketing strategist. And today we're going to be talking about getting seen and getting your payday. So this was not an originally scheduled class, but from the results that I ended up getting and I started sharing it with people, I saw that lots of people were interested to hear what was up and what I did. So I wanted to share it back with you guys, especially because I am running a free 90-day Get Seen Supercharge inside of the Angel Marketing Club. Now, we've already done the first 30 days, and we're starting the next 30 days this week. But I wanted to use this as an opportunity to inspire and encourage you guys to see the type of results that you can really get in real time by seeing how it's worked for me. So today I'm going to break down the process of what I've done, how I've done it, and as well as how you can do it. And towards the end, I'm going to talk about the different components you're going to need to get the most optimal results for the next 30 days of the Get Seen Supercharge. Now, if you have not been following along with the first 30 days yet and you're just jumping in, that is totally fine. You're going to jump in wherever you are. You're going to benefit regardless, no matter where you are in the process. And that's why I'm kind of doing this class too, so you guys can kind of see an overview of how everything works and hopefully get some guidance on where to move from there. All right, so I'm going to jump into the slides now. Okay. So as I mentioned earlier, today's topic is Get Seen and Get Your Payday. Let me just check one thing here. All right, here we go. I wonder why my video is not showing here. One sec, you guys. Okay, cool. Now I think it should work. Okay, Get Seen and Get Your Payday, y'all. So this is an angel marketing class with me, Aditi Ramchandani. So those of you who guys are already here, you know that this is a free class for the Angel Marketing Club. Now, if you're not already a part of it, I would love to have you join us. You can head over to themarketingangel.com. Inside of it, we do free marketing classes just like this one, give you free marketing tips, and we do fun challenges, and you get to meet like-minded earth angels just like you. So today's class is going to be about three main things. So we're going to talk about what I did to get seen for 30 days, how I made an extra 2K, so this is exact number, 2,189, by getting seen for 30 days, how you can also do this and make extra money in the next 30 days by getting seen, and I'm going to also talk about what you need to have in place to get optimal results. So why does getting seen even matter? So you guys know my signature marketing course is Get Seen, Get Paid. From what I've learned, from what I've been doing in the past year, so I've been in the marketing business officially for a year, and I have really seen the more you are out there and people know about you, the more you're going to get noticed and get hired and get paid. So I'm a huge advocate of really putting yourself out there. So that's why I talk about getting seen a lot. That's pretty much my philosophy, you could say. So you already know that you're gifted, and we also know that you're gifted. So now it's just a matter of getting you seen in front of the audience that you're meant to serve. So if your practice isn't thriving, or maybe not thriving as much as you'd like it to be, it's because no one knows you exist. So let's change that. Let's change that by getting seen. So quick introduction about me, because I know there's a couple new people on here. My name is Aditi Ramchandani. I call myself an intuitive marketing strategist, also do confidence coaching. I connect with angelic guidance to move forward in my business and to serve my clients, also using my marketing expertise as well as life coaching. I also have a life coaching certification, which really helps me help my clients work through their fears of being seen and what does success mean, what is my family gonna say, all of that kind of stuff. So combining all of these three things helps everyone get rapid results, including myself. So I work mainly with spiritual entrepreneurs, also soul-driven entrepreneurs who want to make an impact in the world. I've seen that the people that I work with just really they just have this huge passion to share what they know so well, because they don't want other people to go through maybe the pain or struggles that they went through. So I have 13 years in marketing experience. I've done marketing with private institutions, governments, nonprofits, educational institutions, pretty much everything. I have 2 degrees in marketing, my bachelor's and my master's, and most recently is my master's in integrated marketing communications from Northwestern University. Hence, this is why I live in Chicago, because I came here for grad school and I stayed after I graduated. So I have also done 6 years at the corporate America at a top 4 consulting firm at Deloitte. And you guys sometimes hear me talk about this. And I also mentioned that I'm a certified life coach under Brooke Castillo. Love her. She is really, really, really amazing if you ever get a chance to check her out. And then I talked a little bit about the angel intuitive work and angel card readings. I've been certified under Doreen Virtue for that. So now that you guys got a little bit of an introduction about me, I'm going to dive straight into the content. So I'm going to talk about first what I did to get seen for 30 days. Now you guys already know why getting seen is important, so I don't need to go deeper into that. Now I'm going to talk about what exactly I did for those 30 days. So it all started with my private clients. I was actually working with a couple of my private clients to put a strategy together to kind of fast track their online presence. And then I realized, hey, why don't I just bring everybody on board, and I'll do a free 90-day challenge for everybody who's inside of the Angel Marketing Club. So that's kind of how the 90-day Get Seen Supercharged was born. I was doing it with my private clients and then decided to open it up to everybody else too. So I invited people to join the 90-day Get Seen Supercharge, in which I gave a new prompt every single day. So each and every day I gave some sort of guidance or prompt for everybody to complete. Typically, that didn't take longer than 15 minutes. There were a few that were longer, like 60 minutes, because there was a class to watch or something like that. But I tried to make it as least time consuming as possible. So here's an example of kind of what the 90-day supercharge looked like. I had daily prompts, as I mentioned earlier, and you can see here to the left is where we started, and then here's some examples of when I posted the daily prompts. So day 3, day 22, and literally did this for 4 entire weeks. And we're going to be starting this again with the second part of the next 30 days. We're starting this week. So far, like I mentioned, we've completed 4 weeks. And in those 4 weeks, this is what we did. The first week, we focused on your foundation. We focused on branding. We focused on having that strong foundation before you move into really putting yourself out there. Because what I've seen is that if you just start to jump out there and get on Twitter and Facebook and etc. without really being clear about your brand and what it is you're about, you're going to get kind of vague results, and your message is going to kind of go, it's going to become very vague and broad where people aren't really going to relate to it. So that's why it's really, really important to have a strong brand foundation, which is what we did in week 1. We also did some fun things like releasing the boats that are holding you back. And you guys can actually always go back into the Angel Marketing Club. In the file section, all of the prompts are inside of there. All right, and then week 2, we focused on your presentation, your online presentation. So here's where we covered like your Facebook cover or your profile pictures, basically your entire visual online presence, spiffing that up, making it look good, and also making it reflective of your brand that we just did in week 1. Now, I think week 2 was really fun. I know a lot of you guys had fun with it too, updating your Twitter covers. I did a Canva training, which is a social media tool to make really cool pictures. And we did a fun training there, and I showed you guys how to use that app for people who are really not into Photoshop and all that complicated stuff. Canva makes it super easy to make fun. Like all the social media pictures you guys see me make, it's all from Canva. All right, and that training is still available inside the Angel Marketing Club. And then week 3 is so important, you guys, because we talked all about offerings. We talked about what exactly are you offering to your audience, to your community. Are you just making up stuff out of your head, or are you really tailoring it to, you know, what your audience is struggling with, what your audience really wants? So we did that in week 3. And last but not least, in week 4, we talked about a strategy. We talked about, okay, now we have all these things in place. What is the strategy that I use moving forward? So we talked a lot about relationship building, creating invitations, and inviting people in different types of avenues. And there's a free training that I did that week as well. Get Divinely Hired using this social strategy, and that training is still available as well. So that kind of breaks down what we did for the first 4 weeks. So that was kind of what I did with the group, and this is how I got seen for those 30 days. So I posted on Facebook every day, and that's the daily prompts that you guys saw, the day 3, day 22, etc. So I was pretty visible in the group's eye. I live streamed on Periscope every day. This was a little bit of a tough one because, you know, Periscope can be super awkward. You're basically looking at yourself on camera, and sometimes there's nobody there. There's 0 viewers, and sometimes there's trolls there who are saying really mean things. You know, one of the times someone said, like, when are these useless, uncertified people going to stop ranting on Periscope? And I was like, excuse me, I'm very certified. I actually have a master's degree in marketing. So, you know, it can kind of like lower your morale and your feel good on Periscope. Periscope can be tough, but I've found so much results through Periscope too. Just through Periscope live streaming, I've made about $5,000 from people I've met just through Periscope. And some of you guys are here, so you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I met you through Periscope, and then we connected, and then you either joined my course or you joined the group or something. So I think Periscope is a really, really strong way to build connections and put yourself out there and allow yourself to practice teaching and get known for whatever it is your expertise is. And it also gets you comfortable on camera. It gets you comfortable talking just in a presentation style. And it's very informal. It's pretty conversational. It's fun. And the reason I'm talking about, you know, these things in between, because I don't want to just throw this pretty strategy out there and be like, hey, la, 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 these are the things I do. You should just replicate it and life is great. No, like some of these things really were tough, and there were tough moments that I went through. And I remember one time the last thing I wanted to do on earth was get on Periscope. So I came up with a workaround where I actually had the camera facing my computer the entire time. And I was showing people something on my computer. Like I was like, hey guys, I'm going to show you how to do XYZ on the computer today. So I worked around it, and there are workarounds for everything. So know that if some of these things seem overwhelming, know that there are workarounds and ways to make it easier. Another thing I did is I live streamed on Facebook live once a week. And I will say it was not like a scheduled thing. I didn't have this big plan mapped out. I kind of just went with the flow, and my main thing was just to continue being seen, to encourage people to join the challenge, and to get people to do the challenge. So that's really what my focus was. I wasn't like, okay, I gotta make sure I live stream once a week and I do this. The only thing that I really held on to was posting on Facebook every day and live streaming every day on Periscope. Those were the two things that I really was like, this has to be done. But everything else kind of just flowed. So here's an example of me doing Facebook Live, but I was talking about, hey guys, today starts week 2, and it's all about your online presentation. And then another thing that I did that I wasn't sure how it was going to work, but I decided to just do it. I held a Q&A call once a week. Now, there were times, you guys, where just one person showed up. And that was fine. The whole point was that I was going to be available, and if anyone wanted to come in and ask questions, and I was going to be open for that space. So each week, whatever topic we covered, I had a Q&A call that week so people can come get more guidance and questions, get their questions answered about whatever that topic was that week. And, you know, sometimes you're like, oh, I wish like more people came on or whatever. But the time that I spent with like that one person who came on, there was one person who came on 2 separate times, but they were different people. They both ended up signing on to work with me deeper. So know that like getting seen and doing all these things are a lot of effort and do put a lot of work in the beginning, but you'll see this is really how you're building relationships with your community, and this is how people will see that you're actually the real deal. You're not here just selling a dream and not really following through. This is your opportunity to show people your expertise and show them what you're all about. So it's really marketing for yourself, essentially, and giving you an opportunity to show your knowledge and your expertise to the people. This is a time when I did one of the Q&A calls. It was all about branding. So I just posted in the group. I like to try to post in the group whenever I am going live, so that way people know that they can hop on and I'm going on. Because sometimes, obviously, there's so much going on. People don't always remember what's happening. So it's always good to remind them, let them know, hey guys, I'm going to be hopping on today. So that's what I did here. And I enjoyed eating my popcorn while I was doing the Q&A. Another thing I did, you guys, was I taught a class once a week. Now, this is absolutely huge. Teaching a class is really, 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 really what gets you traction, what really allows you to show people that you're good at what you do, you have something to show for. And this isn't just for me. My clients, when they teach classes, they've seen a huge traction in their business when they do classes versus when they don't. Because again, it's a great opportunity for you to get in front of your audience, offer some value, teach something, and over time you're building that relationship. And really at the end of the day, if your mission is to help people do X, Y, Z, it makes you feel good because you're like, wow, like I really helped people move through this block that they were having. And it really gives you that feeling of serving and living in your purpose. So teaching a class is really, really important as a strategy, as part of getting seen. So these are just 2 examples of 2 classes that I did. I did the social strategy to get you divinely hired, and then one I did a week or 2 ago, which was really popular and I really enjoyed as well, was revive your self-worth and receive divine blessings. You may think that seems kind of random, but it's actually not, because marketing is very connected to your self-worth. So I realized that the more worthy my clients felt, the more that they would show up to get seen. So the self-worth part is a huge key in marketing as well, especially when you are your brand. An example of another class I taught, as I mentioned, I did a class on Canva. So this was the free Canva training that I did. And then I made sure to share what was going on. So not only was all this other stuff happening, I was letting people know how it was going, so that way maybe they would be intrigued to come join us next time. So one time Regina, and Regina's here today, Regina came on and I shared with everyone. I had so much fun jamming out with Regina, and it was a really fun call. So sharing what is going on behind the scenes. And what was the result of this? People were getting huge value out of it. Now, I will say there were times when I felt like no one was listening, and I felt like no one was showing up, or in the beginning there was a lot of traction, but then it started to slow down a little bit. So I was like, feeling a little bummed about it. And I was like, how can I get people involved and want to stand out? And so really changing things up here and there helped, and sharing my experiences as well as highlighting certain people. But either way, I think the point that I want to harp on is, even though there were ups and downs and different parts, and there were times where I thought like nothing was happening, like I was like, what's the point of all this? I don't even think it's working. But when I actually looked at the results later on, I was like, wow, I actually made an extra 2K by all those efforts that I did. And I also built relationships with people much deeper than I would have if I wasn't doing all this stuff. So I actually got a lot of value out of it, even though sometimes on the day-to-day grind, it didn't feel like it. But overall, over the month, it did. So you can see people are saying, hey, awesome Canva training. Regina was like, hey, so much fun hanging out. My experience was mind-blowing. And then Romola here is talking about how she took a picture of the boats that she burned, because one of the beginning exercises, we basically talked about what's holding us back, and we burned those boats that are holding us back. So everyone took a picture with their notebook and posted it. I loved this exercise. This was super fun to see everybody post what boats were holding them back. So now to the second part. So the second part I'm going to talk about is how I made an extra 2K by getting seen for 30 days. So now, first I talked about all the things I did to get seen. Now I'm going to talk about how this money actually came in. So the main thing is that I had an offering. So I talk about that because I think I've seen my clients do this. I see people do this. They're just giving forever until they're completely burnt out and they have nothing to offer, and they didn't really get an energy exchange out of it. So by having an offering, you're allowing people to come work deeper with you, because at the end of the day, whether you do a free challenge or you do these free classes, people can only get so much out of it. So you want to invite people in to work with you deeper so they can get even more out of working with you, because you can't get as much as you get. And some people who are here, you guys are part of Get Seen, Get Paid. I'm sure you can attest to the fact that what we do in the course is much deeper than what you were able to get out of the free stuff. So you're really doing people a service by having an offering, because that allows you to serve them and help them even deeper than you could otherwise. So I highlight this so much because I think this is something that a lot of people are afraid of, because, it involves money and it involves putting yourself out there and inviting people in to pay you, and it can make people feel really, really uncomfortable. But I want to invite you to the idea that money isn't really real. Money is just a piece of paper, and it's really just an energy exchange. So for all the value that you're giving, people just give you an exchange of value for everything you're giving them. So if that makes it seem a little less threatening or scary, I want to invite you to think about money like that. So mainly I had an offering, and two, I talked about it. That's number two, because what good is a course you have that's sitting on your desktop that you're not talking about or telling anyone about? Right? How is that going to help anyone? So you want to make sure you talk about your offering. And I talked about it during my challenge. I talked about it while I was getting seen through my videos and etc. I continue to offer value through teaching my classes. I always talked about how people could work with me deeper. So during this month, this is how the money came in. So the VIP Get Seen package, someone did, and this is just for these 30 days, so whatever I made the month before, I'm not including that. I'm just including what I made while I was getting seen for these 30 days. So someone did the VIP Get Seen package, which was about $1,000. Someone did a VIP upgrade, which was an additional $500. Someone joined Get Seen Get Paid regular priced at $495, and then someone signed up for the brand tuning workshop, which was $199 at the time. And the brand tuning workshop, you guys, is a digital product that I created earlier this year, and that was through a referral. And so this kind of breaks down where and how the money came from. So you guys can see that having an offering is really, really crucial to bringing in the energy exchange. So here is the course that I had offered. It's called Get Seen, Get Paid, which is in session right now. A couple of you guys here are part of it. So this was my main offering. It was a 6-week marketing course that I offered. And I had multiple investment options. I had a regular investment option as well as a VIP option. And the VIP option included 2 one-on-one sessions with me. Now, you guys, no matter what your business is, you can kind of adopt this type of model no matter what it is. Like, you may have a product business. You may have a business where you have to go do stuff in person. You can always come up with packages that have like a regular package and then like a VIP package in different ways. So just because mine falls out this way because of my services doesn't mean that you can't also adopt this by being creative with it. So now I want to talk about how this can apply to you. So I talked about me, I talked about how I did it, but now I want to talk about you so I can help you guys achieve similar results. So how can you make extra money in the next 30 days by getting seen, and what you're going to need to have in place for optimal results. I think a good marker is maybe to start with making your first extra 1K perhaps, if you wanted to have a marker, and start there. So there's a few things you want to have in place, and I'm going to talk about each and every one of them in the next slide. I'm just going to take a sip of water. So this includes having a strong brand. So as I talked about in the foundation, you want to have a strong brand. If you just have kind of vague stuff, it's not going to work as good for you as it would if you have a strong brand. So I recommend having a strong brand foundation set up already. You should have a mailing list. You guys, this is super easy to create. If you're tight on the budget, MailChimp is completely free to set up for the first 2,000 subscribers. All right, you want to have some sort of freebie for people to join your mailing list. Right now, my freebie currently is joining the Angel Marketing Club. So you can have that, or you can have a guide, or you can have a checklist. You can have a video training series. Have something that you can invite people in for. Because remember, we talked about having invitations. So this is kind of like inviting people in. And the reason I say that is because if you just say, hey guys, join my newsletter, join my mailing list, it doesn't sound very enticing. I'm not going to want to join it. But if you say, hey, I have a video training series that I created for people just like you that really helps reduce your anxiety by 80% with this method that I use called tapping, right? So that's just an example. People will be like, oh my God, wow, that sounds amazing. Here's my email, you know? So that's why having a freebie is really important. Next, you want to have an online presence. Do you have a Facebook business page? And you want to pick a few that are the most pertinent for you. So I don't recommend being on anything and everything. I recommend picking 3 main things to focus on. So some of my clients like Instagram better. Some of my clients like Periscope better. Some of my clients like Twitter. So whatever that is for you, having a strong online presence, having really good looking cover photos on your Facebook business page, even on your personal Facebook page, your Twitter cover, all of that. And you can have, on your cover photos, you can have people invited in to, invite them in to grab your freebie as a part of that. Next thing you want to make sure you have is an offering. And you guys see why I say that you want to have an offering, because that's essentially where people will hire you from, where people will give you their money, right? So getting your payday, since that's a part of today's topic. And the next part is a strategy to get seen. So I don't know if this feels overwhelming to you guys, or some of you guys are like, I got it, like I know exactly what you're talking about. But if you guys are, some of you guys are just starting out, it may seem a little overwhelming, but know that setting all this stuff up really shouldn't take longer than a week, just for the first version of everything. So I'm telling you guys this because the next 30 days that we're going to be doing as the next part of the 90-day Get Seen Supercharge, the next 30 days we're focusing on social media. So in order to get the most out of it, I recommend you guys having these things in place. And you can totally put these things together this week if you don't have it already. If you have it already, great. Then you can just dive into the next part. But I'm guessing you guys might not all have your offerings set up. So you want to make sure you have that, have something to offer people. So if you guys are feeling overwhelmed by that and you're like, how the heck are you going to do all of this? Well, that's why I talked to you guys about the first 30 days of the Get Seen Challenge. It covers pretty much 99% of it. And the reason I say 99% is because you can always go deeper in the work, but this is all available in the Facebook group. So inside of the Angel Marketing Club, I can just show you guys real quick where it is. Inside of the Angel Marketing Club, if you go to the file section, you'll see this says 90-day Get Seen Supercharge links. And when you click that, you guys will see all of the days in here. Day 1, so week 1 is foundation. And you can click these to go to that specific one, okay? Week 2 is presentation, week 3 is offerings, week 4 is strategy. So if you're feeling a little overwhelmed, don't worry, because everything is in here. Like everything you need is in here. All right. So I'm not throwing you guys a bone and telling you to go fetch it and have a good day. It's all there for you. I break down how to do all of that stuff. Okay. Now, if you guys want some deeper support, I want to offer that to you as well. So I have one spot available for a Get Seen Jumpstart. So if you're like, Aditi, I just need your hand holding to get me started, I want to invite you guys. I only have one spot available though for this. So if you want to do this, let me know. It's a Get Seen Jumpstart. So Jumpstart means we're going to jumpstart you into all of the stuff that I just talked about. So this includes getting a 60-minute marketing strategy session with me. So this will be one-on-one. So like how we're on Zoom right now, it would just be you and me on Zoom together alone, working on your brand specifically. You're going to also get the 3-hour brand tuning workshop. Now, I also want to say that this is for people who are not part of Get Seen Get Paid, because you guys already do brand tuning inside of Get Seen Get Paid, so this is really for people who are not inside of that. So you get the 3-hour brand tuning workshop. The brand tuning workshop is a kit that you're going to get with a video and training, and then there's going to be a workshop where we will work on tuning up your brand one-on-one together. So if you guys remember, in a group setting, if you guys remember, I said that the number one thing you want to make sure is you have a strong brand. So if you don't feel like you have a strong brand yet, or something you want to work on, brand tuning workshop is for you. It is phenomenal. It has helped people transform their brands like, whoa, in 24 hours. So highly recommend that. And then the 90-day Get Seen Supercharge. So yes, the 90-day Get Seen Supercharge is inside the Facebook group, but it's kind of all scattered and it's all like you have to find it and etc. So what you're going to get as a part of this is you're actually going to get each and every day emailed to you one by one. So whenever you're ready to start, you'll basically sign up on a link, and then you'll get emailed each day after day after day, and then you'll get a PDF at the end of it which has all the prompts there for you. And the reason this is powerful, you guys, is because you can use this anytime you want for other brands as well, or even if you rehaul your brand in 3 months later, you'll always have this like you can have it on your desktop with you ready to go. So you don't have to like go through the Facebook group and, you know, it just takes up all this extra time to do. So I have one spot available for this. So I want to show you guys what it is separately, just so you have an idea of how this is broken down. So I don't really offer one-on-one marketing strategy sessions that much, but if you were to get one alone, it's $350. And then the 3-hour brand tuning workshop is $147. And then the 90-day Get Seen Supercharge is $297, because it's actually broken up into 3 separate 30-day chunks, which are each $99. So if you get all of these separately, it comes out to $794. But today, if you get this today, it's only $350. So basically, you're getting the marketing strategy session plus all this extra stuff that's really going to help you jumpstart your branding and your stuff like ASAP. So I can help you tune up your brand and all of that stuff and get you on the show. All right, so if you guys want to sign up for this, let me know. And the link that you're going to use is right here. And since the number is here and since this is only available today, I'll know what this is for. So it's paypal.me/ADDR/350. All right, now the other thing that I have for you guys is if you don't want the one-on-one session and you're fine with the group thing, I also have the brand tuning workshop available. And the 3-hour brand tuning workshop is $147. And again, the 90-day Get Seen Supercharge is $297. And haha, you guys, it's $444, angel numbers. So the total is $444, but for today, it's $147. So this will be the brand tuning workshop, and my Get Seen Get Paid students who are here can tell you how powerful the brand tuning is and how much it really strengthened their brand, like 150%. And this, I'm offering it outside of Get Seen Get Paid, so you're not taking the whole course, but this one part itself is really, really powerful to turn your brand around. All right, so same thing, paypal.me/ADDR/147. We can do this brand tuning workshop in this next week. Like we can pretty much do it next Monday. And that one's going to be in a group setting. So there's a couple of spots available for that, and we'll all get on a Zoom together, and we're going to work on each and every one of your brands. All right, and the reason I'm offering this now is this is what's going to help you catapult your results in the social media part of it in these next 30 days. So I want to make sure you guys have a strong brand for that. And here's just an example of what people have said about the brand tuning workshop. Dana took it earlier this year. She said, I was able to create a graphic with the messaging we came up with, and it got almost 100 likes, which she had not gotten before. But once her messaging was really clear, then she got a lot of attention. And she even started getting inquiries about her expertise as soon as she had put this up. So that's the type of like results you guys will see once your brand is really clear. Another one, John, he said, by the end of the session, we narrowed it down and it felt right, felt good, it felt exciting. By the end of Friday afternoon, things went boom. Synchronicities, opportunities, and so on are exploding. And y'all know I'm spiritual, and I believe that synchronicities happen when things are in alignment. So the more clear you are about your brand and the more in alignment you are with your brand, things will just start happening. Like synchronicities will start happening. People will start noticing you. People will be drawn to your message. Really cool stuff starts happening once you're clear on your brand. And this is Romola from this just past week. She said, she had a truly enlightening session on brand tuning. She said, you have a tremendous gift for bringing an idea to life. I'm so excited to further develop my brand, the one I had no clue on to how to develop until Get Seen Get Paid. All right, so those are the things I wanted to invite you guys for. Let me know if you have any questions. So essentially, it's the brand tuning workshop or the one-on-one Get Seen Jumpstart are the two options of what is available today. All right. So what I would love to do now is answer your questions. So I am going to stop sharing. And I would love to first hear your thoughts, and then we can jump into questions. You guys have, where can I find the link to join the challenge? So the link to join the challenge that's in the group. You're already inside of the group, Salam. So if you saw, it's inside of the Angel Marketing Club. And what I can do is I can tag you in the daily prompts. So I'll show you guys again. When you go inside of the Facebook group and you go to the file section, the 90-day Get Seen Supercharged links, they're all here. And then if you want to actually join and get the official one with the emails and everything, that you want to join the brand tuning workshop, and I'll put those in here. So it's paypal.me/ZPR/350 for the Get Seen Jumpstart. And then paypal.me/VPR/147 for the brand tuning workshop, which also includes the 90-day Get Seen Supercharge. For the free weekly classes, is there a preferred time length? I typically would say 60 minutes. You can keep it short too, like at minimum 30 minutes, but 30 to 60 minutes, and then you can leave time for questions at the end. And you guys can feel free to unmute yourself too if you want to ask the question live. Is that just a one-shot class? Not sure what you mean. Do you want to unmute yourself, Tammy, and just ask me live? Yes, you can do one class for 30 minutes. You can do a class weekly for 30 minutes, and then leave some time for questions. Hey.
Okay, that sounds good. Hi.
How are ya?
Good.
So does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. I've been, you get bombarded after a while of all these things you're looking at, and your information is like, in a nutshell, everything I've been trying to find for a month now. It's been crazy.
Oh, good.
You get on all these wild goose chases, and everybody gives you these, it's almost like hints of information, but it's not really information when you get down to it. And so this, I think, is just really great. And this past week, like you said, everything became synchronized, and I know I was already planning to start Periscope again. I was doing it last year. Awesome. And so everything just started to line up. I started a brand new Facebook group yesterday. I've already grown it since yesterday to like 35 people. Now there's starting to be people coming at it that I don't even know where they're coming from. So that's really exciting too. So thank you very, very much. I just happened to, and I'm doing air quotes, randomly catch your post the other day because I rarely even go in that group. So I think it was just the right time. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. I'm so glad you're here. All right. Anyone else? You can unmute yourself. You can tell me what you thought of the training tonight. You can ask me a question, share any thoughts, questions, etc. Anything you found helpful or something you didn't know before, or a good reminder.
I found it helpful that you did the classes on went live on Periscope and Facebook and kind of alternated that you did once a week. I thought that was really good idea.
Yes. Thank you, Brittany. Have you been Periscoping?
I have not Periscoped before. Not yet.
Okay.
I'm hoping to. Yeah, I'm hoping to start Periscoping.
Perfect. So as part of the next 30 days, 1 week we focus specifically on Periscope. So definitely tune into that. I'll be doing a Periscope training, and I'll be doing kind of like daily prompts on what to do on Periscope. So keep a lookout for that.
Great.
Awesome. Debbie, go for it. Hey, Debbie. I don't think I can hear you. Is your sound on? Just make sure your sound is on. Just look around. You'll see a button for something somewhere, which should put your sound on. Anyone else while we wait for Debbie to figure out her sound? So yeah, you guys, I really wanted to do this class because I wanted to show you guys the results that you can get from just showing up every day. That's really what I did. And it was sometimes frustrating on the day-to-day, but overall, like I'm inspired myself because I'm like, oh, well, what can I do now, you know? So I wanted to bring that inspiration to you guys. Okay, Debbie, let's see if it's working now. Debbie, you there? I don't know. Are you on a computer? Maybe you can try using your computer audio. Or dial into the phone number that I posted in here. Let's see if I can pull up the phone number. All right, here's the phone number. I'm gonna put it in the chat box.
Hello?
Oops, I put it privately. Hello.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yeah, is that Debbie?
Yes.
Hi.
Okay, so I'm on my phone because my computer decided to update right in the middle of the doggone.
Oh, wow.
I'm on my phone, but so I find this information really valuable. And I was really glad that I caught you today.
Good.
My thing is that I'm still in the very, very early stages of figuring out what my offering is. And so once I know what I want to do, then I know kind of how to go about it. So when you're talking about the brand and stuff, that's where I'm still trying to figure out what it is that I'm being very much led to do something, but it's not crystal clear.
Right. Do you feel that you're clear on what your brand is, or is that something you're still working on too?
I think the word brand is probably throwing me off because it wasn't something that I wanted to do for money. It was just something that was in me that I wanted to kind of get out. But now it's turning into a brand because of the things that I'm going to be sharing, it sounds like.
Yeah.
That sounds right?
Yeah. And, you know, with the branding, like, I know it can sound, you know, like a lot of these experts, like, throw this word around and it can be a little like, what does that even mean? What are you talking about? So to give you a little bit of a breakdown, what we do in the brand tuning workshop is, like, we literally break down, like, what your why is, like, why are you passionate about this? We break down your mission statement. We break down your elevator speech. We break down your core message. So all of these things allow you to get really clear on how you want to come off and what you want to present outwardly. And then from there, it makes it easier to get clear on, you know, the audience that you want to work with and then the offerings that you want to do. But I think, like, it does start from, like, the branding part of it. And then the offering, sometimes it comes through conversation of talking and connecting with people who you consider your ideal audience, per se. And you just get an idea of what people are struggling with. And from there, I guess, is where the offering can come. And sometimes you just start with something and see what happens. Because a lot of what I've done has been, like, trial and error. And I've seen, like, you know, one time, and that's why I use intuition a lot to guide me in what I'm doing next. I was given the name of my marketing course in my meditations, Get Seen, Get Paid. And I literally looked up the link, and the link was available. And I was like, whoa, that's such a good name. And how is that available? Like, okay, I guess it was meant to be for me. And then I didn't want to announce it. I was terrified, like last November. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't think anyone's going to buy this. And, da, 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 da. And then I just kept hearing this guidance. Just announce it at the end of your class. Just announce it. Just announce it. I was like, fine. So I was like, I just announced it. And I was like, look, if nobody signs up, then I don't need to teach this course and do none of this, right? But to my surprise, in that 1 week, 4 people signed up for my, I was pre-selling it for like a cheaper price before I officially launched it. Because it was my first like big offering I ever did publicly. And I was terrified. And did I really know if it was going to work? Or I didn't completely know, but you know, I was just following that inner guidance and things just fell into place. So I think sometimes it's a matter of just doing something and just showing up, and then you just keep tweaking it along the way. You know what I mean? So I think, what would you say your expertise is, or what is it that you're all about?
So it's a spiritual type of, it comes out of a spiritual journey, and it's virtuous living. So basically what virtuous living is and it's tailored toward women. And it's a lot of the things that I've experienced over my life that I've been interested in. And then it seems that there's always someone who says, oh, wow, you did that? Wow, tell me about that. I've always wanted to do that. And then I start thinking about it, and I'm thinking, well, why? I mean, I am doing all of these things. Like I was an organic gardener. I taught myself how to do canning, preserving, just DIY stuff. It's just a lot of things that I've just been actually very interested in doing. And then cooking, and I've raised children. So it seems like there's always someone younger, older, or just a peer of mine that's been interested in some of those things. And so I was led to just kind of go and start a Facebook page, or not a page, but a group where I would have this place where I could post things, and I could do live and demonstrations and talking and putting up recipes and just how to live a simple kind of easy life, dealing with people. The whole thing really is about, it's kind of like, in a nutshell, doing small things with great love, because everything that we want to be able to like put our love into work. That's kind of what it's about. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't ever going to be something that I was going to do for money, but then recently I ventured into making soap.
Oh, okay.
So then there's where people were saying, well, where can we buy the soap? When can we buy it? And I'm thinking, you know, they're like, are you going to be ready by Christmas? You know, there's only 100 days, you know, before Christmas. And I'm thinking, what? And so now, you know, my brain has just been on overload with all these ideas for this possibly being something that I could sell. Soap, and it's been something that I've just wanted to do, and I said, okay, I'm going to learn how to do it. And so I just been making soap and just passing it out, and they're like, can I buy it? So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, what is going on?
The universe is sending you the signal, honey, start offering this. But yeah, like I think if you're interested, I think the brand tuning you would find really, really useful, because typically when I work with people in brand tuning, they have this big funnel of things that they can do and offer, and then we kind of streamline it through the brand tuning and create like one core message that kind of takes that whole funnel into one main thing. And then you can still offer different things underneath that umbrella. But I think when you kind of have too many things, it confuses people. So that's why the brand tuning really refines it into one big, like, kind of bucket, you could say. So I would recommend that for you, and we can move from there to kind of become more clear on what it is you're doing, and then move towards offerings after that.
Okay.
I just put the link in the chat box for you.
Okay.
And it would be a group workshop. So you would watch the training, and I give you a whole brand tuning workshop kit. And then we get on Zoom live like this with maybe 3 people or so. And we dig deep into your brand, and we like really clean it up really nicely. I can see Jamad is here, and Regina is here, and Nadia is here. You guys have all gone through the brand tuning process, so you guys can share in the chat box how that was for you and how it helped your brand. But Nadia, are you there? If you can unmute yourself. I see Tammy here talked about that her brand keeps changing, and it changes regularly. And actually, Nadia is one of my private clients, and her brand has continuously changed almost every 3 months. So I would love, Nadia, if you can share your experience with how your brand has been evolving every 3 months and how that's totally okay.
Sure. So I feel like, if you're changing and evolving, then your brand will too. And I think that's a good thing, because we want to change and we want to evolve. So my brand started off as my brand is Let's Make Out. And then it went from having a focus of self-improvement and me talking about healthy eating, and then it kind of moved into moving and talking about self-love. And then this weekend I had a strategy session with Aditi, and she kind of made it gave me the biggest aha moment, the biggest gift. She said, Nadia, Let's Make Out is an awesome brand, but you're moving into, my thing is I'm a selfish coach. So I give people the permission to be selfish, because selfish is not a bad thing. It's a good thing, right? And she said, why don't we call, your brand Let's Be Selfish? And at first I was like, I don't know if I'm ready to let go of Let's Make Out, but it's not about thank you, Aditi. It's not about letting go of something. It's about allowing it to evolve into a space where, Aditi, like you said earlier, brand alignment. And it's kind of like when she said that, it's like everything kind of went off in my head as green lights. Everything was lining up. And I was having a problem kind of relating the selfish coach back to, what Let's Make Out's original focus is. And now, that roadblock is gone. And it's amazing, because I wouldn't have had this aha moment to call my brand Let's Be Selfish if I didn't start it off as Let's Make Out.
Yes.
So there's nothing wrong with changing your brand. You need to go through that, I think, to get to where you're going ultimately.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really excited about it.
It's unfolding beautifully. I mean, I love Let's Be Selfish. That's amazing.
I love it too. Yeah. I'm very thankful. I'm very happy.
Yeah. So
yeah,
that kind of addresses, your brand evolving and changing. It will happen. It's totally normal.
Yeah. It's a good thing.
Yep. Tammy said, as you get out there, you start to tweak it for different reasons. Absolutely.
Yep.
Show up where you are needed. Regina goes, it was an amazing session with brand tuning. Thank you. So yeah, you guys, brand tuning is where the party's at. That is really where there's been lots of traction for people's brands. And then of course, if you want to do the one that the Get Seen Jumpstart, I have one spot available for that. And you guys saw what that includes. Are there more questions? Can I answer more questions about your brands or about getting seen or anything else?
Aditi, Regina here.
Hey!
Hey everyone. Deeply, since we did the brand tuning and redefined my branding, I was able to be successful and comfortable doing my first Periscope for the Peri Newbies as well as a Zoom. And I thought about my classmates because we all worked on that project together, and it was such a collective collaboration that was so magnificent until, I felt really ecstatic. And as a result, I have 4 people that will be joining my business.
No way, really?
Yes.
That's amazing. Get your payday, girl.
Yes. So thank you for letting the universe use us all at the same time and being here. And I implore everyone, go through that brand tuning. It does your brand a very great deal. And, just like Nadia said, with her selfishness, being a coach, I've even been, advertising her. I said, you have to get with my girl. She's a selfish coach. And it's going to be great because it's not a bad thing to be selfish. In fact, it's empowering because you have to be able to be selfish to a certain degree so that you could be able to say no to people that don't have the same positive energy as you do, because you got to remember, relationships and currency is energy. So you want to make sure that it's surrounded by positive energy. So this is great.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Can I have that in writing, Regina?
Woo! Of course.
I hear Nadia laughing in the other room. Thank you. That's amazing. 4 new people in your business. That's amazing. I love it. What about Jamad? Jamad, are you there? I want to hear your voice, Jamad. Jamad. Maybe he went to go get a glass of water. Jamad, you there?
I'm sure he missed the idea party.
I know. His idea parties are amazing. Were you there the other night when we had?
I missed it. I saw the post about it, and I thought, and then it was yesterday.
Oh yeah.
So sad. I was so sad because I would have been, I think, able to kind of, get a little bit of clarity.
Well, maybe he'll host another one, Jamal. We'll ask him to. Cool. Tammy, Brittany, Debbie, we just spoke. Any other questions, thoughts, Chanel? You guys ready to get seen these next 30 days and get your paydays?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Regina's already started.
Yes.
Thank you, Chanel. Chanel said, I thought the way you laid out the structure was great. Awesome. Thank you. Super excited to be here with all the amazing people showing up in the world. Yes. Made much more sense. Awesome. Perfect. All right. Well, I look forward to welcoming in a few of you into the brand tuning workshop. I think what we can do is host, I'll give you guys the kit like ASAP as soon as you sign up. And then we will host the brand tuning workshop next Monday, I think would be a good time to do it. And then if you instead want to do the one-on-one Get Seen Jumpstart, that's also an option. I posted the same one twice. So that's one. Where's the other one? Oh, here it is. Okay, there we go. All right, so you guys see both of the PayPal links. The first one is for the brand tuning workshop, which also includes the 90-day Get Seen Supercharge. And the second one is for the Get Seen Jumpstart, which includes a one-on-one strategy session with me. So we get to work closely on your brand, okay? So those are the links for you guys. And if you guys have no more questions, then I think we can sign off. But let me know. I'm here for another minute. If you guys want to unmute yourselves or say anything. One thing I would love for you guys to do, if you guys can post inside of the Angel Marketing Club how you enjoyed tonight's training. I love when you guys do that. I like to see how you guys are benefiting from this. So it's what keeps me going and offering these free classes for y'all. So would love if you could go into the Angel Marketing Club and post how you enjoyed today's training and what you got out of it.
I will do that tonight, Aditi. As soon as we get off the call.
Awesome. Thank you, Regina.
You're welcome.
And you guys can make a new post. You don't have to make that one. You can make a whole post. Okay. Are you keeping a list of Periscope handles? You know what? Why don't we create that? So we can create that for the next 30-day challenge that we're doing. We can have a list of everybody's handles for all the different social media channels. So, you know what? Actually, we started a document in the beginning of the challenge that has everybody's stuff that you guys can use. So I'll post that in the group again, okay?
Yeah, because I was looking for it, Aditi. I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, I realized I already created that. So I will repost that this week. So thank you, Tammy, for reminding me of that. Yeah, I think that would be a great idea. So we can all hop on each other's Periscopes and Instagrams and all of that. Cool.
We didn't hear from Jamad.
Yeah, I know. I think he signed on and maybe stepped away for a minute.
Yeah. But I can't wait to meet everybody and we chat some more.
Yeah.
So everyone have a good night.
All right. Goodbye, everyone.
Peace.
Bye.
Good night. Thank you.
Night.